This is Comrade for Comrade Weather. Uh, First live stream under pressure. What I mean by that is that live streaming with something actually going on, not just like, hey, this is what we're doing, live stream. Just move my camera up there a little. We're actually covering something. So, Hurricane Francine is expected to make landfall within the hour, maybe around 5 o'clock. It really depends. It looks like it's moving at a pretty quick rate. So I wouldn't be surprised if it makes landfall in the next 30 minutes to an hour. Um, Sitting here in my little makeshift desk here. I got my computer here, so I'm looking at radar. If I'm over here and looking like this, I'm looking at the radar. I have my old phone here, so I'll be looking on Twitter and such. National Hurricane Center actually just released something. Let me pull this up here for you. I'm going to actually put the radar on loop here. You can see it's moving at a pretty quick rate. You can see that eye wall starting to come onto Louisiana's coastline. So let me put it right here. Maybe I can. Nah, I probably can't. If you can read that, good. If you can't, I'll just read it afterwards. 3 p.m. Central Daylight Time. Position update. Northern eye wall of Hurricane Francine is nearing southern Louisiana. Hurricane conditions expected to begin there soon, if not already. Now is the time to stay inside and away from windows. Have multiple ways of receiving warnings and updates. And visit hurricanes.gov if you need any more information. Right now they have it at 90 miles an hour, but there's been reports of 92 miles an hour from I think an oil platform just off the coast. So this could even be a category 2, but it's so close to landfall, I don't think they want to risk their planes, with land and such, trying to get that low. Sorry, I'm looking on Twitter here, just looking to see for anything. Yeah, so expect winds up to about 90 miles an hour, gusts up to 110 miles an hour near this northeastern corridor of the eye wall. So Terrebonne Parish, Yuma, Louisiana, definitely will probably feel the impacts soon, if not already. Just looking at the velocity. Yeah, you can see there's significant winds there, probably in excess. These are probably wind gusts, but probably in excess of 100 miles an hour gusts at least. But be ready for 110, maybe even 120 mile per hour wind gusts. That's why people have been saying be ready for a category higher, because the winds are probably going to be just as high. Well, the wind gusts, but still. Be ready. There's probably already a ton of rain already. That's already has already made landfall. But yeah, we're just waiting for Hurricane Francine to make landfall. You can see that eye wall is now on Terrebonne Parish in Louisiana, but the eye itself is still in the water. Be ready for storm surge. I already know storm surge is already ongoing and expected in some areas to begin shortly. I already know there's major reports of flooding, at least minor flooding in some areas. I think Brad Arnold had a graveyard being taken over by the water. So yeah, so Francine's northern and northeastern eye wall is now coming ashore. Morgan City, Huma. Let me zoom in a little bit more here. I don't know how to pronounce that. Thibaudot. I don't know how to pronounce French names too well. But that town, Morgan City, Huma, Bayou Cane, Bayou Blue. Be ready. Winds are expected to be very damaging from now for the next few hours. So be ready. Um, yeah, so we're just basically right now just waiting on Francine to make landfall. Tornado watch is in effect until midnight tonight, or 11 Central. Uh, if I do midnight, even though it's like 11, that's because I'm in Eastern, so I'm going to be thinking it's Eastern. So sorry about that in advance. Oh, you know what? I forgot to do one thing. Hold on one second. Post the video, the live stream right now. Yeah, give me 1 second here. Make sure it's okay. Yep. Share. Copy link. Just give me one moment here. Okay, squared away. Alright, so Tornado Watch 667 is in effect until 11 p.m. Central Daylight Time. Risks include several tornadoes likely. These are mainly brief tornadoes, but I wouldn't be surprised if I saw a couple significant out of these ones, especially if any discrete cells come offshore. Come on shore, I'm sorry. So yeah, several tornadoes are likely. Hurricane Francine will continue to approach the southern Louisiana coast, move inland as it progresses northeastward across the region through tonight. The potential for tornadoes is expected to increase through the afternoon and early evening. At the moment, we've only seen about 1 or 2 tornado warnings since I think 1:30 was the last time a tornado warning was issued, and that's definitely expired by now. So currently at the moment we have no tornado warnings that I am aware of. Let me check, make sure. Yeah, there's no tornado warnings at the current moment, and it does not look like we got significant rotation to worry about, areas to be calling out for just yet. But definitely, if you're in New Orleans, definitely Slidell, those areas, you're in the northeastern axis of the of Hurricane Francine, so I would definitely be wary for tornadoes because you are definitely in the area of concern this afternoon and this evening. Sorry if I'm doing and all that. I'm just trying to figure out what else to say. All right, let me look at radar over here. Let's see what's in here. It does look like there's a flash flood warning for Morgan City. Let me click onto it. Okay, it's not letting me. We're gonna go onto the National News first, I guess, and see what it's doing. All right. 301. All right, so this just got issued about 10 minutes ago. Flash flood warning for St. Mary Parish in south central Louisiana. Doppler radar at 3:01 p.m. Central Daylight Time is indicating thunderstorms producing heavy rain across the warned area. 2 to 4 inches of rain have fallen. The expected rainfall rate is 1 to 3 inches in 1 hour. So, if you take that into mind, if you took the worst amount of that amounts of 3 inches in an hour, that's very significant. It would take 4 hours to get to a foot of rain. Let's see here. Flash flooding is ongoing or expected to begin shortly. It doesn't say any additional rainfall amounts because it's just coming on land, and it's probably been raining there all day, and it'll probably be raining well into the overnight hours, possibly even into tonight. No, overnight. You get what I mean. You get what I mean. Let's see what else we got here. That's for Montana. We're not covering Montana. stuff right now. So, all right, yeah. Just zoom out here again. Yeah, so as you can see, that eye wall is getting to Terrebonne Parish right now, and the eye is just trying to start getting onto land, but it won't be landfall until the middle of the eye gets onto land. Let me see if there's any worrying things on Twitter from chasers, which it doesn't seem like it at the moment. Yeah, landfall in the next 1 to 2 hours, and I'm retweeting most of the things I'm saying here. No, usually all the stuff. So yeah, 1 to 2 hours. Landfall is imminent, basically. I wouldn't be surprised if it made landfall within the next 45 to an hour. Just seeing how fast it's going. Let me show the loop again. I mean, look at how fast the eye is. Look how fast the storm itself is. I wouldn't be surprised if this made landfall within the next 3/4 of an hour to an hour. I'm going to keep it on loop as I keep scrolling Twitter, just to make sure. Winds continue to sit at 90 to 100 miles an hour. So again, I wouldn't be surprised if this is a Category 2 right now, but because there's... trying to figure out how to say this. It's a bit dangerous, kind of, for hurricane hunters. When, if land, you don't want to really risk going all the way down into the eye of the storm because you don't want to hit land. So we just have to stay with the 90 miles an hour. But I wouldn't be surprised if this is at Category 2, up to 100 miles an hour right now. Looks like Little Rock, National Weather Service, Little Rock has just issued a wind advisory for all of eastern Arkansas. So like from Little Rock eastwards, but excluding Little Rock and county east of it. But Searcy, Hardy, Monticello, Arkansas, West Memphis, those areas are under the wind advisory. Let's see what else we got here. Yeah, so 80 miles an hour probably winds you will see in Huma and areas like that, and you'll definitely probably see gusts up to 100, if not over 100 miles an hour within the next hour or a couple hours. But looking on how fast this thing's going, I wouldn't be surprised if it makes landfall soon. What else we got here? Yeah, we have nothing. Okay, my rabbit is now just destroying his enclosure. Okay, guess the only thing we can do right now is just sit and wait until I hear any more updates. Let's see what else we have going on here. Let's see if they updated the hurricane warnings earlier. Everything looks like it's in the same general thing. Well, I just got another Twitter notification. It's from our friends at WeatherTrack US. Looks like some mesovort action in the eye wall of Francine. Let's take a look. Yeah, it does actually. And that little portion right there, I believe. Yes. Yeah, it does look like there is some action right there. Interesting. Nothing too much more I can really do right now other than just wait for it to make landfall. So, kind of in a lull here, if you will. So yeah, again, be ready for significant wind gusts up to if not over 100 miles an hour in places like Yuma, Morgan City, um, even New Orleans. I'm gonna say even New Orleans, but I'm probably not the 100 miles an hour. Probably like 80 to 90 miles an hour there, gust wise. But like New Orleans, definitely be on the lookout for tornadoes today into tonight. Um, Other areas, I think, probably Pascagoula, those areas of Mississippi. I'm sure there's going to be cells coming on shore. Might be discreet, which could drop tornadoes. That would be my process in thinking there could be significant tornadoes um, tonight. I really don't think it's going to be too many significance. I think maybe one or two are possible, but it's mainly going to be quick, brief tornadoes. Um, like to obviously, if you're part of the weather community, there's like a tornado for like one radar scan, and then it's gone. Like, and they're not going to be able to keep up with tornado warnings all too much. So they will. New Orleans National Weather Service should keep watch on most things, but there's going to be some areas where you're only going to see a tornado for like one scan or some rotation for one scan, and you're just going to have to be wary of it. Timing now is 3:19 in the central portions, 4:19 here in the easterns. We are awaiting the landfall of Hurricane Francine at the Terrebonne Parish in Louisiana. The outer eye wall has already made a landfall, but we are waiting for the inner eye wall, which would be this ginormous mass of nothing. And yeah, that's basically what we're doing right now. We're just waiting for any news coming out. I have Twitter loaded up here. I got Discord in case there's any chasers and weather servers I'm on reporting anything. Got a thing here from who is this? Chief meteorologist at WAFB in Baton Rouge. He says Eugene Island now reporting gusts approaching hurricane force. I'm not going to show the graphic, but it's saying 68 at Eugene Island. So there is definitely approaching hurricane force winds in that area. So yeah, it's getting pretty wild out there, if I do say so myself. Let's see here. What's good? Radar in, I don't think that's New Orleans, is Lake Charles. Lake Charles's radar is showing 110-mile-an-hour winds aloft at around 11 to 12,000 feet on the northeast side of Francine, which would make sense because the northeast portion, all sides of the hurricane are very dangerous, but the northeast side is especially dangerous. That is where most of your tornadoes are. That is where some of the worst winds are. I only say some of them because I know right after the eye goes over, then you're going to get hit by almost worse winds right afterwards. That is why we tell people, do not go outside when the eye is over you. It might be sunshine in 2 hours over Yuma, but within like 30 minutes, it's just going to be going right back to 100-mile-per-hour winds. So you don't want to get caught in that when the eye goes over you and you're getting hit by 110-mile-per-hour winds. Sorry if I'm trying not to talk too much because I want to save my voice because I don't talk too much. Two, there's nothing much to talk about until landfall happens, or if there's tornado warnings, which At the current moment, there is nothing. Hope everyone who's watching this is alright. Everyone's out of this event, and they're just watching me. Why not? But if you're watching this in Louisiana, I'll make sure you're alright. I'm sure by now. I'm sure yesterday everyone's practically evacuated from the coasts, especially in southeast Louisiana. They don't really have to evacuate too far. You just have to get inland a little bit. But yeah, definitely. If you're not evacuating these areas, you probably should have been. Actually, you really should have been. Um, if you like if you're in a mobile home, definitely you want to be evacuated out of that into sturdy structure, because with these winds, these wind gusts, um, mobile homes can be destroyed because it's practically EF1 winds, EF2 winds, thereabouts. So mobile homes will be destroyed in this hurricane. Trees will be toppled, so even if you're in a sturdy structure, you still got to be wary of, is there trees that could topple onto my house, shelter, or, kind of fall onto the shelter door so you can't get out. Something you got to kind of be wary about. Although I don't know what you're going to do if you're in a shelter and it comes on to the door. Might be a little stuck in there for a few days. So be ready. So have materials, have food and water up to about, I think they say 3 days, but I like doing a week. So have food and water ready and batteries to last about a week, in case you're stuck in there for a long time. Trying to figure out what else to say. It's coming from Vortex. I think it's Vortex, but it's an I instead of the really good guy people there. The eye wall is about to move into the Terrebonne Parish, Louisiana, where the meat and potatoes of the storm, aka the hurricane force winds, are expected. Francine has shifted more east than expected, so that means the New Orleans area could face more wind impacts. Landfall is coming within an hour or two. So again, landfall is imminent within the next hour or so. And as you can see, it's moving pretty quick. The inner eye wall is almost about to enter land, but it's not about to make a landfall for another, like I said, like 15 minutes ago, another 45 to an hour. Yeah. All right. Any updates on the National Weather Service? Just make sure. No, doesn't look like it. So New Orleans is still under a tropical storm warning. Huma is under a hurricane warning. Baton Rouge is under a hurricane warning. New Iberia is under a hurricane warning. Lafayette is under a tropical storm warning. Hattiesburg and Macomb, Mississippi are under tropical storm warnings. Gulfport under tropical storm warning. Hammond, Louisiana under a tropical storm warning. A ton of places are under tropical storm warnings, more than hurricane warnings, even up into inland. Mobile is under a tropical storm warning. Mobile, Alabama is under a tropical storm warning. Even into portions of the Panhandle, it's just that one county just west of Pensacola. Pensacola, Florida is not in any sort of tropical storm warning or anything like that. The county west of it is, in the last county on the Panhandle. Yeah, so again, we're just waiting for this thing to make landfall, or waiting for any tornado warnings that might occur. Actually, let's look at the velocities here. Just give me one moment. It's probably a special marine warning. Water spouts are possible in that one. So just keep an eye on that if you live in what is that lake? It's some lake right there. But if you're if you're for some reason in the water northeast of La Place, Louisiana, get in cover somehow. Um, if you live along the lake, definitely get in cover. Water spouts can come ashore and become tornadoes, which is definitely expected to happen. Several tornadoes are likely today. Let me just see. I got my Xbox rigged all the way over here, so see if there's any update, which I really doubt at the moment from the National Hurricane Center. No, there's nothing. Yeah, Francine's eye wall near in southern Louisiana at 4 o'clock. It's 4:28 Eastern. It's 3:30 Central. Yeah, so we're just waiting on the eye wall, and that should be happening within the hour, if not in the next hour or two. Any updates from Twitter? No, that's a mesoscale discussion, but it's for Idaho, because Idaho has a chance. Okay, hold on, I'm seeing something here. Might be a potential supercell, so we're gonna exit from here. We're going to Mississippi and Alabama, and that looks like south of Mobile. So it must be this cell. Yes. All right, so we have a few cells offshore heading north. This one is rotating a little bit. Keep an eye on it for a little bit because, like I said, could be rotating one scan and it'll be gone the next. So I think we got to keep an eye on a couple of these cells as they make landfall onto as Alabama. Anything on the Mississippi side of things does not appear to be anything of significance. So yeah, we'll just keep an eye on this. Oh, wait, hold on. I'm reading this here. It seems like reconnaissance aircraft, the Hurricane Hunters, have gone flight level winds of almost 100 knots, which I believe would support a Category 2 if it mixes down to the surface at around 90 knots, which would be about 100 miles an hour, I think. I'm not really too good with the knots to miles an hour. Usually it's like every, 1 knot is, or 35 knots, 40 miles an hour. I don't know. Some reason I couldn't really get too well. But I try. And I know why they do knots, because it's nautical, but still, I don't know. Looks like a new mesoscale discussion has just been issued about 5 minutes ago from the Storm Prediction Center. Mesoscale discussion 2053. Let me pull it up here. No, that's not what I meant to hit. Let me pull it up here and I will discuss it. Hopefully you can hear me all right. I have my fan on, and I tested it out before I live streamed, and I wasn't hearing it, so I think I should be okay. We should be okay. Hopefully someone would tell me, hey, I can't hear you. Sometimes you have to turn up your volume to hear me. It happens on my phone at least, so I don't know. And again, yeah, I am recording on a phone here because I don't have a computer other than my school computer, which I am using for the National Weather Service and extra radar support. So I can't do it on that because it's my school computer. What do we got here? All right, a couple of brief tornadoes remain possible over the next few hours. The severe threat for Tornado Watch 667 continues. A brief tornado or two cannot be ruled out over the next few hours. Multiple supercells embedded with the broader rain bands associated with Hurricane Francine have percolated in intensity and organization over the past few hours across southeast Louisiana and adjacent areas offshore. I'm already losing my voice. Sorry. Um, However, a widespread and persistent rain shield has limited diurnal heating, which was expected, with surface temperatures. Oh my! I can't speak. I'm so sorry. Um, Surface temperatures barely exceeding the mid 70 degree dew points. So it's probably like 74, something like in it's probably like 74 in Yuma. It's probably 74 in dew point in Yuma. It might even be dew point higher than the temperature. I'm not sure. I can actually take a look right now. Just click at random somewhere. Take a look. No, point forecast is unavailable for this requested location. That's just great. Actually, might have another way of doing it. Bear with me for 1 second. Okay, what was that? Okay, so current conditions at Huma are not available. Probably because Hurricane, that's the reason. That's the reason. I'll move on from that. So, where were we? The thermodynamic profiles yield scant buoyancy inland with MLK limited to 500 joules per kilogram, perhaps less in spots, which is likely tampering tornado potential. Nonetheless, Hammond's VAD profiler trends show photographs increasing in size and curvature. Just vertical wind fields increase in intensity with the approach of Francine's center. As such, a couple of brief tornadoes cannot be ruled out, where any longer-lived sustained supercells structure can traverse a favorable overlap in buoyancy and shear parameter space. All right, so a couple of brief tornadoes are possible in southeastern Louisiana and into the Mississippi coastline. I would even put in the Alabama coastline, given what we're seeing here just offshore of Dauphin Island, Alabama. Let's go back to Hammond's radar and see any progress. Alright, so it does look like the inner eye wall is starting to get onto land, but the eye itself is still at sea. Probably within the next half hour, we'll probably be seeing landfall. From there, I'll make decisions on what to do next, because this kind of more of the eye wall landfall party. I don't know if you want to call it a party, but watch party kind of thing. And then I'm gonna figure out what to do, because I don't know when I'm having dinner and all that. And I also got to figure out, is there really any tornado potential? That's not what I meant to say. Is there significant ramp up in tornado potential? That's what I should have said. Yeah, so right now we're just waiting on any other things here. Let me look on X to see if there's anything else. My back is already killing, and I've only been sitting here probably half an hour. Yeah, half an hour. It's bad if I can't remember when I went live. Reed Timmer's got Francine is going nuts. I Won't Storm Surge is here, and he is live, so if you want to go see him instead of listening to me stumbling over my words, feel free to do it. Thanks for stopping by. If you did, stay on here if you want. I can't force you to do it. I'm kidding. All right. Yeah. Hold on. I'm looking into here. Pressure is 977. From reconnaissance, 981 to 977. So I'm most definitely sure this is a Category 2. We're going to see it probably upgrade to a Category 2 at 5 o'clock. That's my opinion, though. I don't know what's going on yet. They should be getting an update soon, too. I think 5 o'clock's an update. Yeah, so we're just waiting on any updates from Chasers at the current. So there's a fly in here, so if you see me swatting, it's because there's a fly that won't leave me alone. He's probably angry that I almost killed him. He was like right here, and I was like that, and then he flew away because he didn't get squished. I don't know. I don't mind mosquitoes. The worst they do, they bite you and they suck your blood and all that. They make you itch, but flies just seem to be a bit more annoying than mosquitoes. Not to mention, Northeast, we only have mosquitoes for like 3 months out of the year. Whereas, down in Louisiana, they have 12 months a year. Every day, basically. Francine is still strengthening as it nears landfall. Flight level winds up to 99 knots, so 113 miles an hour. So at the flight level, not the low level, not the ground level, at the flight level, it's Category 3 winds. That's probably translating down to Category 2 winds at the surface. So I am. Let's see. Is there anything? No. Just more stuff from WeatherTrack US. They're still in for the for confirmation, but the flight pressure is 972 millibars, which would correlate to about a Category 2 storm. So we might be seeing a Category 2 storm within the next few minutes from the National Hurricane Center. I have 2 pillows on here, and I'm still not comfortable. Yeah, take a drink real quick. 1 second here. I don't know why I grabbed a thing of apple cider, but yeah. It's the Northeast. That's how we outreach drink apple cider all September long. All right. Why hasn't this updated? Oh, don't tell me they lost. Oh, no, I just had to update it. That's on me. Let me check the NHC real quick. Nope, nothing yet. And again, sorry if I'm looking down. It's just I'm looking on Twitter. 255 MCD. Okay. Looks like a mesoscale discussion has just been issued. Mesoscale discussion 2055. Severe potential tornado watch likely for portions of southern Alabama into the western Florida panhandle. Watch probability is 80%. So we are likely to see a tornado watch within the next half hour for portions of southern Alabama into the western Florida panhandle, which I expected, given we're seeing supercells offshore. I mean, look at this supercell. Look at it. It's already curving. It's got some pretty good rotation, and it's still offshore. If you're in, what is it? Duffin. I said it right before, and I can't remember how I said it. Duffin Island, Alabama. Keep an eye out on this cell. It's moving northwestwards. if you're along the Alabama coast of those islands, keep an eye on this cell and any other cells that are forming. But definitely this cell at the current moment, because that one is currently the dominant. No. All right, I think the National Hurricane Center is going to say something soon because they just released something on Tropical Depression 7, which is that new depression out near the Cabo Verde Islands, all the way in the Atlantic. Let's see. All right, yep, they just issued it. All right, so the mesoscale discussion picture just came out. Let me show it to you here. Hopefully you can read it. It says tornado threat should gradually develop into this evening. A tornado watch will eventually be needed. This is from Apple. Oh my! I can't pronounce some of these names, and I have in the past. Apalachicola. I'm sorry if I am butchering that. Florida. All westwards to Leakesville, Mississippi. So that area of the western Florida Panhandle, southern Alabama, into portions of maybe extreme southeastern Mississippi will probably be involved in a tornado watch. Mobile is definitely included here. Pensacola is definitely included here. Panama City, Evergreen, Alabama. Yeah, those cities definitely being included in that tornado watch coming at some point. Let's take a look back at our friend Francine. How is she doing in terms of near landfall? All right, so it looks like the inner eye wall is starting to get onto land, as you can see right there. The eye has not yet made landfall, and I just realized the prediction I made on Twitter is definitely wrong. It's probably going to be wrong by over an hour, but that's all right. Prediction doesn't really mean anything. It's just kind of how sharp are my skills in predicting, which, I mean, even if it's just an hour, that's still pretty good. Let's see, anything else coming news-wise? So yeah, if you're going in New Orleans, please be ready for power outages, some damage, and brief tornadoes and flooding. I would say flooding too would also be a pretty significant risk here today. Ryan Scholl, I'm sure you guys know Ryan Scholl. He's a I don't know if famous is the right word, but he's definitely known throughout the community. He's a chaser. He is in just south of Fuma, and he is saying, "Whoa!" It's probably because of the winds. He's like right in like this area right now, like near Dulac, that area. So definitely some winds definitely happening. Actually, I want to do something real quick. We're gonna get off this here for a second. Let's actually give me a second. I'm gonna do it on my other phone here. I did not set it up on this phone that's recording, and I don't want to. I want to move a screen if I don't have to. No, that's not what I wanted to hit. Amen. Bear with me. Alright, so what I'm doing right now is I'm just looking on windy.com to see if there's any cameras near Francine worth notable worth to be worried about. I mean, look at these waves here. Hopefully, you can see them. Those waves are pretty gnarly, if I do say so. Uh, let's go closer to Huma. Nothing there. Let's go to Huma itself. Enough. I mean, I'm not surprised if some of these cameras are pretty outdated. I'm sure winds are pretty gnarly right now in these areas, so I wouldn't be surprised if power's out already. I want to go take a look at that cell in Alabama, or that Alabama coast one. This is like the best supercell I've seen in the past like 3 months of storm tracking, and it's over the water, thankfully. Um, Rotation wise, it's there's definitely some rotation there. It's not the whole best, which is good. Hopefully, it stays like this as it approaches land. Is there any other areas of rotation we should be worried about? I want to keep an eye on that portion there. There's an update there on my computer here. Let's see what we got. Must have been just updating the radar. 46 minutes in, and I'm already back is hurting and everything. I might have to take a quick stand-in break here. Let me see if I can do that. Oh, that's not what I meant to hit. So I think I might take a couple breaks in this live stream. And like I can't sit for long I can't sit for long in an uncomfortable environment, aka I have 2 pillows here, not giving me any upper back support whatsoever. So I'm gonna stand up. I'll be back in 1 minute. 1 minute. Just give me 1 second. All right, I'm back. All right, anything worthy here? Worthy of importance? Aaron J. Jack, I'm sure you know, is a very famous, not Reed Timmer famous, but he is a famous chaser, saying starting to get nasty in Dulac, Louisiana from Hurricane Francine. He is live. I just retweeted his tweet that I just read off of. He does have some significant wind on that road he is on. I can't show it on stream because copyright and all that, which. So anything I'm saying on Twitter, I'm retweeting. So just be wary of that. I have to say, it's actually strengthened. I feel like the eye has significantly gotten better as it's making landfall. I mean, look at the loop. It's kind of disorganized with that one band in the beginning of the loop, and it's able to make it into a stronger band. I mean, look at this. Look at this. You have this little edge in there, and then it's able to kind of just connect it all up. Yeah. All right. So we are probably within 10 minutes from landfall. Uh, the inner eye wall is definitely on land now. Uh, the center of the eye is probably maybe 10 to 20 minutes from landfall. So we are very, very close to landfall here. Sorry, let's fix the camera here. Thank you for watching. As long while we have a little brief area here, thank you for watching this live stream. If you are, I don't see the view count because I'm too busy. Thank you for watching. I'm still streaming. Don't worry. I'm just trying to thank you for watching. And I know it's kind of crazy right now. It's just my first live stream doing something that's not, hey, this is my office, and this is what we'll be doing. This is an actual, okay, this is what's happening. I have to think of stuff on the spot, which sometimes that's hard for me to do. Sometimes I can do it. So thank you for bearing with me. I guess would be my thing to say. I think the saving grace currently, and I'm saying currently because this could definitely and probably will change in the next few hours, is that tornado threat. The tornado threat is practically not there right now. I'm saying right now, again, we do have that one cell. Oh no, that's not. I mean, look at this. It's got a vortex signature too. That little red triangle there, that's a vortex signature. Just check my. I mean, look at this. Look at this. Look at the rotation here. It's kind of disorganized at the moment, but I mean, this is a perfectly healthy supercell off the waters of Alabama right now. We have other supercells here. There's like a little problem with like every radar along the Gulf Coast. They all just kind of give up at a certain point. Especially the new one at Hammond, Alabama, Louisiana. That one on Attic radar, which Attic radar, which is practically the knockoff to radar scope. It's got less features, so it's not an actual knockoff. But when I was looking at the Eye of Francine earlier on Attic radar, it was just weird. It was just like, I don't like there's like that purple ring whenever it's kind of getting, I think it's like a mile past that. Like, all right, let's say the radar's here. Here's the purple thing. I think that's like a mile shooting into up a mile into the sky. I think that's what that purple ring is. But it was like showing two. So it was like the mile one, then there was like this one, and then there was like, that was the end of it. Oh, we got a new thing. Francine becomes a Category 2 hurricane as the eye approaches the Louisiana coast. Light threatening storm surge, hurricane conditions or spreading onto the Louisiana coast. This is from the National Hurricane Center. Hurricane Francine Advisory 13. There you go. So, Hurricane Francine is officially a Category 2 hurricane making landfall at this time onto the Louisiana coastline. Again, looking at it right now, I wouldn't be surprised in the next 20 minutes it's on land, on Terrebonne Parish. Huma, you are definitely feeling the winds right now. Please stay away from windows. I would say go and cover, but if there's a tornado, well, not if there's a tornado. If it's raining and if it's flooding, you don't want to be in a basement because you don't want to, drown because it's, probably flooding. Don't be in a higher ground because if there's a tornado, you get killed because you're in a higher ground. So just stay at like normal level. Just stay at like first floor level. Should be fine. Be in a closet or bathrooms, especially on a tornado. It could be approaching. But I think I don't know what's going on there. That might be a radar glitch. And I think if there's going to be a tornado right now, it'd be kind of more in Jefferson Parish, St. Charles Parish, Orleans Parish. Sorry, it's kind of intertwined with New Orleans there. New Orleans, I would say, yeah, even tornado is possible there. You update the radar on here. Minimum pressure is 972 millibars, which isn't surprising. Check something here. Okay, no, that's nothing. Let's see here. Anything else? Yeah, so 972 millibars. Let me go into. Actually, I use my Xbox for this one. Otherwise, it's on for no reason. All right. It is maximum sustained winds of 100 miles an hour. Minimum pressure of 972 millibars. It's moving northeast at 17 miles an hour. Fastest it's done practically all its life. Yep. Is there any other things here we should be thinking about here? 85 knots, 100 miles an hour. Got a fly flying in my nose. That's always fun. Hurricane force winds are definitely in Louisiana coast right now. I would be surprised if they weren't, especially now that is a Category 2. National Weather Service, the top dogs, said areas of heavy rainfall continue as Hurricane Francine approaches land near Morgan City, Louisiana. Flash flooding remains likely across much of the Gulf Coast region. Particular concern right now exists across urbanized and sensitive areas in or near Baton Rouge and New Orleans, Louisiana. So if you are in New Orleans or Baton Rouge, please do not go underground or don't go in a basement. Stay in a top level or first level. Please, because if you're in a bottom level, if you are like underground, if you are in a basement or something, there's a good chance it's probably going to start flooding with all the rain. So you don't want to be caught in that. There's a lot of germs in that too. So you definitely don't want to get caught in a flooding situation because that can be life or death. Reports from an Air Force Reserve Hurricane Hunter aircraft indicate that maximum sustained winds are now near 100 miles an hour with higher gusts. Change in strength expected before landfall. Francine is expected to rapidly weaken after the landfall, and the system is forecast to become post-tropical Thursday night or Friday. That is from the discussion from the National Hurricane Center. It is. Some notes we got here. Yeah, so an oil platform southeast of the center recently reported sustained winds of 79 miles an hour, peak gusts of 93, at an elevation of 82 feet above sea level. What else we got here? Eugene Island just reported sustained winds of 76 miles an hour and a wind gust of 99 miles an hour. So, I think Eugene Island's somewhere around here. I don't know because I'm not from Louisiana. I'm from Massachusetts. So, if you know where Eugene Island is, if you're in that area, you're probably seeing roofs flying at this point, or maybe even tree branches flying at this point. Let's see, anything else? Brandon Combeck's got some pretty rough conditions right now. Again, obviously I can't show it, but it's almost near whiteout in some spots there, and there's a ton of wind in his area. I kind of find it a little funny that everyone was kind of saying like, oh, it's going to rapidly weaken right before it even makes landfall. And Francine pulled the 2024 card and said, nope, I'm actually going to strengthen to Category 2 status before I make landfall. All right, let's see. Any updates? Not yet. I can kind of start seeing a little bit of land interaction starting to occur. Kind of like a little weaker spot on the eastern side, but that just could also just be regular hurricane things. What's we have here? Flash flood warning continues from Morgan City, points west, and a special alert statement continues for like Ruddock, Louisiana, those areas. Sorry, hold on, I'm fixing something. Come on. Fixing one of these lights. I like them, but they are a pain in the... sometimes. Okay, it's just gonna be like that, right? Alright, any more news coming from... Oh, wow, yeah, the surge. Aaron J. Jack, I'm retweeting it right now. From 6 minutes ago. Wind and surge hammering Dulac, Louisiana as the inner eye wall approaches. He is tracking the eye wall live as it moves into Huma. There is significant storm surge. I wish I could show it to you guys, but I can't. I'm retweeting it on my Twitter, at Comrade Weather, on Twitter. Follow if you haven't already. There's just storm. There's just water just all over the road. It looks like he's kind of stuck on the road in the storm surge. It doesn't look too bad on the road. I can still see the double yellow, but it's still probably pretty strong. All right, they just issued a new graphic to it. Francine becomes a Category 2 hurricane. Landfall is expected in the next couple hours. Obviously, from what we're seeing right now, it's probably in the matter of minutes. I know I said like 20 minutes ago it's going to make landfall. Now it's probably going to be another 20 to 30 minutes before it actually makes landfall, and I'll probably say that if it doesn't in the next half hour or so. Life-threatening storm surge and dangerous winds occurring along the Louisiana coast. The key messages for Hurricane Francine. Advisory 13. 4 p.m. Central Daylight Time, Wednesday, September 11th, 2024. There is a danger of life-threatening storm surge through tonight for the Louisiana and Mississippi coastlines, where a storm surge warning is in effect. Residents in this warning should continue to follow advice given by the local officials. Damaging and life-threatening hurricane force winds are expected in portions of southern Louisiana this evening and tonight, where a hurricane warning is in effect. Ensure you are in a safe location before the onset of strong winds or possible flooding. Francine is expected to bring heavy rainfall and the risk of considerable flash and urban flooding, along with river flooding across southeastern Louisiana, Mississippi, far southern Alabama, and the Florida Panhandle through Thursday night. Flash and urban flooding is probable across, I can't speak already, across the lower Tennessee Valley and lower Mississippi Valley tonight into Friday morning. So, again, significant rainfall, so significant flooding is likely. Significant winds are definitely occurring, I could say. And same thing for storm surge. Significant storm surge is occurring in this storm. New flash flood warning has just been issued for Huma. At 4:06 Central Daylight Time, Doppler radar indicated thunderstorms producing heavy rain across the warned area. Between half an inch and inch and a half of rain have fallen. Additional rainfall amounts of 1 to 3 inches are possible in the warned area. Flash flooding is ongoing or expected to begin shortly. Okay, for some reason, that's not working. Okay, that one's just gonna disobey me. Alright, that's fine. Alright, so flash flooding is likely ongoing in Huma right now. Be prepared for 1 to 3 inches more. Let's check to see if there's any more things from the chasers. If you want to see here, that's the tropical wind probability. It's practically 100. Yeah, it's just 100% over eastern Louisiana right now. And that's the storm surge forecast. There's the key, in case you can't see it. And then, yeah. So, especially in the eye of the storm right now, it's 5 to 10 feet, which, from what I'm seeing from, Aaron J. Jack and all the chasers down there, not surprising me in the slightest. Yeah, Aaron J. Jack's got hurricane force winds raking Dulac, Louisiana, with landfall minutes away. So we are pretty close to landfall right now. I'll refresh there. I mean, look at this. It's practically maybe like 10 miles off the coast right now. So probably in another 20 to half hour, probably be making landfall. Oh, I totally forgot about this. It's already special Marines. What the heck, man? This cell's going crazy. And it's kind of getting a little bit, I don't know. It looks good. Presentation-wise, it looks good on reflectivity, but then you look on velocity, and it's kind of good, and then it's also kind of disorganized, so I'm sure there's probably a risk of water spouts. Jeez. This fly is driving me nuts. Yeah, water spouts are possible. And again, remember, a tornado watch is in effect. Hopefully you can see this yellow parallelogram. That whole area there is under a tornado watch until 11 o'clock Central or midnight Eastern. So Just be on the lookout for tornadoes, especially eastern Louisiana and the coasts of Mississippi and Alabama, respectively. That might be something. I'm not sure. It's kind of in that area, or it would be something. Come on, reflect to me. Oh, no, I'm already on. That could be a water spout forming, unless it's on. I don't think it is on land. Yeah, that could be a water spout forming there. Uh, that'd be kind of near the. Oh my god, I can't see what it says. I'm looking at my other radar here. The Manchac. Is that Manchaz or is that Manchac? Manchac Wildlife Management Area near Galva and Ruddock, Alabama. Oh my god. I don't know how many times I'm going to do that. Ruddock and Galva, Louisiana. Louisiana, that's what I meant. I don't know why I'm mixing up the letters there. One is AL, the other one is LA. I don't know. Anything else? Yes, keep an eye on that one, especially if it comes onto land. Then we'll definitely keep an eye on that situation there. But at the moment, the tornado threat's not really materializing at the moment. I wanted to go check that other cell though, back over by Alabama, because it looks like it's intensified this land. Yeah, it kind of has a little bit. Yeah, a little bit. Let me go to attic radar here. So I'll just do it on here. The reason I'm not on attic radar throughout the stream is because it doesn't do loops, or at least I don't know how to do loops on it. I did not mean to hit Hammond radar. I meant to hit mobile radar. I mean, look at this cell. Look at this cell. This cell's crazy. I mean, yeah, look, you got 24 over like 6, which isn't not too much outflow, but a ton of inflow. So this thing definitely could go tornado warned if it gets to Duffin Island, Alabama. This little island here too. Fort Morgan, maybe even. Damn fly. Arg. Go back to the radar here. Actual radar here. So yeah, we'll keep an eye on these cells as they come ashore. Definitely keep an eye on that one. So, but right now we're kind of in the waiting for it to make landfall. I wouldn't say we're in a lull right now, but we're just nothing much really coming out right now that I can really discuss at the moment. Okay, that is one interesting photograph from Hammond, from the National Weather Service in Hammond. Hopefully you can see that. It's very, very curved. Maybe too curved. I don't know too much about photographs. I just know red curves usually means tornadoes. I don't know really too much. I try to figure it out, and then I just wind up becoming more confused. That's usually why I just use the ones that say possible hazard type tor, so I know, okay, this might be a tornadic. environment. Um, I'm not. I'm actually honestly. I'm not too bad with my prediction. So this morning I made an update to my prediction because at first I thought I was going to make landfall at Vermilion Bay, Louisiana. Then I realized it wasn't. So I decided Morgan City at 4:07. Obviously, it's not going to do it now because it's 4:17 over there and 5:17 here, and I did it as Eastern time. So, but I said it would be Cat 1, Cat 2 winds up to 100 miles an hour, somewhere around 95 to 100. That's why I put the Cat 1 there. Uh, and then maybe like 3 hours before, yeah, so like 2:15. Yeah, like 3 hours ago. So yeah, like 2:15, and I said, looking at it now, it's probably going to be more Huma than Morgan City, and we're pretty close here. Category 2, Huma. Even though I had to make some last minute adjustments to my prediction, I think I got it pretty much nailed down. So that's kind of interesting. And again, it doesn't really much do anything for anyone. It's just kind of how sharp are my forecasting skills, and yeah, yeah. Let's see. So Aaron Jajak is screaming at his camera because the wind's so strong. He says he is getting raked by hurricane force winds in Dulac, Louisiana. Trees coming down, blocking the only way out of here. He is stuck in Dulac, Louisiana, folks. He is a trooper. He is a really good chaser, and he's a trooper. If I saw trees blocking the only way out of there, I'd freak out. I would love to do hurricane chasing. Uh, Maybe next year. Uh, Unless something happens up here in the Northeast, then maybe I can convince my parents to let me storm chase uh, on the Cape or something. I doubt that's going to go over well, but uh, never hurts to try. Uh, Nothing new just yet. I want to. Okay. All right. Yeah, it's going to take a quick look back over at mobile Alabama radar. That cell's still cranking along. Probably a water spout right now. I'm not gonna lie. There's probably a water spout right now. In this special marine statement here. This is still a ways away from Dauphin Island, Alabama. Probably another. If I see moving, this is gonna be a knot, so I don't know what the heck I'm talking about. 15 knots. So I'm gonna say 20, 25 miles an hour. Probably another half hour, maybe 45 minutes till it gets to Dauphin Island. Hopefully it weakens by then. So we just got to keep an eye on it. The eye wall of Hurricane Francine is working its way inland, now entering into Assumption Parish. Expect strong hurricane force winds and very heavy rainfall. It's coming from that Baton Rouge news station. That's not what I meant to hit. That's not what I meant to hit either. I want Hammond. There we go. You can start seeing a little bit of rain kind of getting into the eye there. It's probably because of land interactions. Probably starting to feel some weakening right there. Hopefully, Reed Summer and them are going to be all right because they are right on the coast. Uh, they are in flat, mushy land, which is, the swamp. They're in the swamps and the wetlands of the coast. Not to mention, you're going to have major storm surge. But it's Reed Summer. He drives into tornadoes for a living. Uh, Godspeed with him and Edgar O'Neill. Oregon City, Louisiana looks like getting some significant winds. It's not even the worst of the winds just yet there. Yeah, storm surge is looking pretty gnarly in Dulac right now. Volume's not up. Oh, it is. That was a close one. Brett Adair's got significant storm surge coming up onto roads right now in Chauvin, Louisiana. Heavy rain and notable storm surge. Just retweeted that. Probably going to hit my limit on retweeting today. Maybe even tomorrow. New Orleans, the National Weather Service New Orleans just said a flash flood warning has been issued for portions of Terrebonne Parish. The eye wall is closing in, and rainfall amounts of 1 to 3 inches or more are possible. Now is the time to stay indoors in your safe shelter location. Again, if you're in a mobile home, you should have been out of there hours ago, maybe even days ago. If you're in a mobile home, please get to shelter now. Now would be a really good time because if you haven't been hit by the winds yet, you're definitely going to get hit by the winds, and it ain't going to be a fun ride. And it will be a ride because we all know what happens with mobile homes in tornadoes. Even if they're weak tornadoes like EF1, they'll get rolled. They will get rolled and destroyed. So make sure you're in a sturdy place. If you're in a mobile home, get out of there right now. Get into a house. Get into an actual building. I got up like an hour ago, and I'm already worse than I was before I took my break. Any new updates? It's all updated. Yeah, that is. Looks like there's nothing too much at the moment, which is good. Let's see here. All right, nothing on Twitter. Nothing from the national. Oh no, that's the flash flood warning. I thought Yuma got removed from the hurricane warning, but it's just the flash flood warning. If you're in Yuma, hurricane warning still remains. If you're in Yuma, I'm surprised you'd be watching this because you probably don't have any power. And probably no cell services because I'm sure the cell towers are knocked out by now. Yeah, so right now we're just waiting for the eye to make landfall, probably in the next. I know I said 20 minutes ago it was going to be now, but I don't know, 20, 40 minutes. I don't know what to do here. All right, this light's bothering me. I'm going to turn it off and then I'm going to turn it on. No, that didn't fix anything. Turn it blue. All right, can I turn this? Why can't I? want the sign to be. Sorry, I'm having technical difficulties here. It's too bright. Works. Alright, yeah, and that light's just probably broken. The other two working fine. Okay, apparently, Mark, Sudith, I believe, at Hurricane Track on Twitter, says if anybody who is out and about chasing along Highway 90 between Franklin and Yuma here in Louisiana, please let me know if you see it's a probe. I don't want to show it, but it's a probe-like thing. You got the anemometer, and then you have a boxy little thing. A yellow box thing. Says, please let me know if you see something like that in the back of someone's pickup truck, because apparently someone stole that. Yeah. Whoever stole it, you suck. I'm not sorry, because you shouldn't steal Storm Chaser's equipment. And apparently someone has placed it onto their iPhone, and it's updating again. So apparently there might be some chaser who's a vandal in Louisiana on Highway 90 between Franklin and Yuma that has stolen a piece of chaser equipment from another chaser and is stealing data. So if you're doing that and you're watching, return it. Be a good person. It's like another. Oh, that's. Let's go back to Alabama to this cell here. Still a TVS, still a tornado vortex signature, but it's kind of starting to get a little. Well, I don't want to say disorganized, because it is still kind of organized, but rotation's starting to kind of discredit itself, I guess. I don't know how else to say it. We are probably another 20 or so, maybe less than 20 minutes from landfall. We're just waiting on the confirmation of landfall. Nothing happening just yet. Yikes. Eyewall video from Dulac. I'm retweeting it right now. Significant storm surge, and the winds are just insane. Okay, that's interesting. It's a NATO cast 43 minutes ago. Put a 10% out for the islands in Alabama that are near that special marine statement. Hopefully you can see the yellow on that island there. Which is kind of interesting. It's kind of nailing the forecast already. That is quite interesting. Just trying to figure out what else we got going on here. Just trying to see what the chasers are seeing. I don't know what I was going to say. It looks like there's birds swimming in this storm surge. I don't know why they're doing that, but let them be free birds. Get it? Okay. Hopefully you do. The current time is 4:30 Central Daylight Time. We are awaiting the landfall of Hurricane Francine at the Terrebonne Parish, Louisiana, near Yuma, Louisiana. If you're just joining us, Francine has been upgraded to a Category 2 hurricane with winds up to 100 miles an hour, with a minimum pressure of 972 millibars. We are currently just awaiting confirmation or any word of it being landfall. We're probably another 15-20 minutes from landfall. I know I said that 20 minutes ago, and I know I said that 40 minutes ago. But we are pretty close to landfall. I mean, the eye's almost practically on the land. Between this and Huma, transformers are exploding from the winds, which isn't surprising. You're going to see a lot of transformer explosions in a hurricane. So yeah, transformers are exploding in Yuma, Louisiana right now, as it is being walloped by hurricane force winds and wind gusts even worse. Let me update the National Weather Service, see if there's any new things we gotta talk about. Not yet. They updated the special marine warning though for Lake Pontchartrain. Hopefully, I'm pronouncing that. If I pronounce it wrong, just let me know. Or just again, I'm not from Louisiana. I'm from Massachusetts, so and I know a lot of the towns and cities down here are French because it's very French area. Um, and moving on, I want to get into all that. At 428, a cluster of showers capable of producing water spouts were located near Lake Pontchartrain, Lake Maurepas, Maurepas, moving northwest at 35 knots, or about 40-ish miles an hour. Water spouts are possible in that cell. They're cells, I should say, the cluster of cells. Um, let's see here. The National Hurricane Center Deputy Director Jamie Rome will provide a live update on Hurricane Francine at 4:40 Central. So in 5 minutes. At 5 minutes, the National Hurricane Center is going live on YouTube and Facebook. So if you want to tune into that, if you're in these areas, please do so, or stay here. I'll be probably reporting on the same stuff they report. It's funny to me. This weekend, nothing really much was happening. There was like 3 disturbances in the tropics, and then Monday morning, it's like, okay, we have a hurricane that's probably going to hit Texas, Louisiana coast. I'm like, what? And then I look, and then, oh, wow, okay, there's a hurricane that is probably going to form here in a couple of days. And now we have a Category 2 going into Louisiana in the span of 4 days. In the span of 4 days, went from sleeping paradise to, all right, I got to be on guard. I got to be locked in, and I'm willing to provide support and knowledge to people in the path of this. It is 5:36. I have to have dinner soon. Not too hungry yet, though. I think that would be the good part. Uh, Again, I'll let you know whenever I need to take a break. K. Oh, no, that's the local radar, but let's see. Oh, it's updating for me. Okay, All right, so people are on Twitter saying KLIX, which is KHDC, because they changed the positions, is down, but 33 4 minutes ago, that's pretty recent, if I say so myself. I don't think it is down. It might be kind of cutting out a little, but I don't think it's down. Until I see anything official, because that's coming from unofficial reports, people I follow on Twitter. Just waiting, see if that is true. Could also be a problem on certain radars too. Really, I'm not using a super res radar for the loops and such. It's digital, which it's not too bad. All right, I think we are probably 10 minutes, if not less, than from landfall. Looks like the center of the eye is practically almost on land. If it's not on land already, it's going to be in the next 5 minutes. Um, just checking Twitter to see if there's anything different coming out. Tornado threat increasing for northwest. I think that's probably supposed to be northwest. No, that doesn't make sense. Tornado threats increasing looks like probably for the western panhandle of Florida, which I'm not surprised by any stretch. Oh, no, we can even hit that. I'm sure some of these cells, yeah, I mean, you got one cell over here. It's rotating. Yeah, it's practically a water spout outbreak right now. Um, this one's wow. Okay, the rotation's kind of ramping up here the last few minutes. Uh, Still kind of a little disorganized, but not. Okay, and now it's kind of in a little. Also, it's trying to recycle, which that could be a possibility. Uh, Next time I do one of these, I'm gonna find a more comfortable chair. This is not comfortable by any stretch. Maybe my office chair over there. Maybe that'd be. It might still be uncomfortable. Though. It might actually have some upper back support. Uh, then again, I'm also kind of like this, just trying to go towards the radar and giving you all a jump scare. Yeah. So again, we're pretty close to landfall. Just wind confirmation from the National Hurricane Center of landfall. Probably again, not even 10 minutes. It's practically on land. I'm sure it's probably made landfall by now. Let's talk about. Oh, wait. So again, if you're in New Orleans, Baton Rouge, be ready for brief tornadoes, significant rainfall and flooding, and winds. Probably not to the extent Huma is probably being walloped by, but still probably like 70 to 80 mile per hour winds and 90 to 100 mile per hour wind gusts. I'm sure Huma's probably again wind gusts up to 110 miles an hour right now. So, yeah, be ready for that. Be ready for tornadoes. Just be ready to take cover. Just be very close to an area where you could take cover in, like a closet or a bathroom. Preferably nothing with any windows. Um, I think I could show the satellite from the National Oceanic and Atmospheric Association. Their actual satellites. I think I could show it. It's it's the Eye of Francine on satellite, just as it's entering the coast of Louisiana. All credit to the NOAA, just in case. Uh, but yeah, it's a pretty well defined eye at almost landfall, and it's getting there. It's. I think it's made a landfall. I honestly looking at it, I think it's made a landfall. I think it has made. It's if it hasn't yet, it's gonna soon. It's like 5 minutes away. I mean, look. I didn't want to start on that. Look how fast it's moving. Look how fast the eye is getting onto it. It's probably making landfall right now, right here, right at this appendix, right here. My computer shut off there. How are we doing on time? Wow, almost 2 hours. Wow, all right. And 2 links. Thank you very much. Um, yeah, all right. Hour and all right. It's been almost 2 hours live streaming. It's actually kind of flew by a little. Um, yeah, that would make sense. I did start live streaming around 4 here, and it's almost 6 here. So, uh, yeah. So again, we have significant wind and surge in places like Huma and Dulac, especially. Dulac, which I believe is over this way somewhere. I think it's like right over here. It's somewhere. So yeah, we are just waiting for confirmation that it's mid landfall. Uh, I'm shutting that light off. That's just like, annoying me. Right, there we go. Just waiting for confirmation of landfall from the National Hurricane Center, and then we'll figure out what the plan is for the rest of the live stream. Because I don't know if if the tornado front starts to ramp up, if we're starting to see tornado warnings in the next half hour, then I'll stay live streaming. I might have to eat dinner while live streaming. But we'll see what happens. We will see what happens. Oh, my back is killing me. Clint Hendricks IV is a chaser. He is currently on the edge of the Eye of Francine and Dulac. He said it is getting calmer at times, and he can see the eye to the west. So it's a beautiful picture. I just retweeted it. It is a beautiful picture of the eye of the storm. Well, you can see the eye of the storm coming into view. Checking. That is actually a pretty cool picture there. There's, I'm sure you know, SoCal, Southern California has got some fires going on. Some photographer, I don't know why it took so long for me to figure out the word. He took a pretty cool photo of the bridge fire. In front of the fire is Los Angeles. It is a pretty cool photo. I'm gonna bookmark it because I don't want to. I expect no less from the great Reed Timmer and Edgar O'Neill. Since copyright and all that, I'm not going to show the picture. I will describe it to you though. Edgar and Reed are doing a selfie. They both have their helmets on. They are looking like crazy guys. They are definitely standing in the surge, which I do not recommend. Don't do it. These are professionals. These are extreme meteorologists and extreme storm chasers. So expect no less. Uh, love those two. Those two are pretty cool. Mother Truckee was saying Hurricane Francine is about to make landfall in Terrebonne Parish, Louisiana, as a Category 2 hurricane, which we're definitely seeing here. So, yeah, again, 5 to 10 minutes from landfall. I'm going to say that. I'm going to say it right there. It's probably 5 to 10 minutes from landfall, if not already. So, yeah, again, we're just waiting on word from the National Hurricane Center or whomever. See what the verdict is. Which I'm sure it's probably going to come out in the next 10 minutes or so. I'm going to grab a drink real quick. Just like 10 seconds. Okay, we are back. Let's see here. Let's see what other updates we are getting here. Francine is about to make landfall as a Category 2 hurricane. I mean, look at this. This from the GOES 16 satellite. That is one crazy image right there. One crazy image of Hurricane Francine. You can see it's almost like a downward buzzsaw effect on that. It's kind of cool, actually. Any new notifications? I'm looking at my following page, so my following page on Twitter. So that's where I'm getting all this stuff from. Let me check Discord, see if there's any. Because I think Ranchell's in the June 1st one, if I'm correct. No, nothing there. Yeah, nothing from Discord, which I expected. There's nothing much I can really expect from there. No, that's from 58 minutes ago. That'd be bad if I said something now. Yeah, let me just look at it a little bit more here. Yeah, it's making landfall right now. We are seeing, so landfall is imminent on Terrebonne Parish in Louisiana near Huma. Huma's probably starting to see a little bit of clouds starting to puffer out, I guess would be the word to say. Look at these winds, though. These winds are significant here. The good news is we haven't seen really much in terms. There's been no tornado warning since 1:30 Eastern to 12:30 Central, which is really good news. But it could ramp up soon. This sounds pretty slow. It's still going. It's still chugging along. This Dauphin Island, Alabama cell is still chugging along, going more northwest now. But it's going pretty slow. I mean, let's watch the reflectivity. It looks like it's going really fast, but we've been on this cell for about an hour, and it hasn't really done much other than move a little bit. It's like, and it was like there, and then it's like from like here to like there in like an hour. It's not taking too long. I go back. Let's go over to Florida and Elgin's radar. I'd have something here. No, probably not, because that radar doesn't like anything. Probably just a ton of water spouts here. It's hard. All the radars on the Gulf have some sort of problem. Like Mobile and Elgin both have like rough radar. Like from Biloxi eastwards, it's fine, but as soon as you pass by Biloxi, Mississippi, it's so rugged and everything. Like even before the 1 mile mark here, it's so rugged. It just doesn't look good. Um, let's go to Hammond here. Yeah, so again, right now we are just awaiting the landfall of Hurricane Francine. She will make landfall as a Category 2 hurricane, winds in excess of 100 miles an hour. Uh, we're just waiting on confirmation from the National Hurricane Center about landfall, and I'm also waiting from any chasers, see what they're saying, what they're seeing from their side. Tomorrow we could still see a tornado threat tomorrow, especially northern central portions of Alabama, even into Tennessee. I could see some definite areas of tornadoes drop. I know like H-R, which isn't really too good with tropical solutions, but I'll mention it anyways. Actually, you know what? We'll go on to the models. While we wait for confirmation of landfall, we will go on to the models here. That's not what I meant to hit. 21Z. Okay, well, 21Z hasn't come in yet. We're gonna go to. Honestly, let's go to 18Z. That doesn't matter. As you can see, 17. All right, so like 12Z, you have multiple supercells along the western panhandle right now. Right there. Coming ashore. Why can't I drag? Okay. And then you have quite a few supercells developing along this band here from like Birmingham to Montgomery. This would be around 22Z, so this would be roughly around 6 p.m. Eastern. It'd be 5 p.m. Central. They don't last relatively long. It looks like they kind of weaken by 4Z, so around midnight. 11 o'clock. I'm sorry, I'm in the Eastern time zone, so it's kind of hard for me to keep remembering. We're talking Central right now, so my apologies if I keep doing that. How much I know I am. Ryan Scholl just took a picture of a car. Looks like it's a Corvette. A Corvette is sitting on the road I think he's in Huma, Louisiana. Whoever left their Corvette, it's not a smart decision to leave $500,000 supercar in a hurricane. Might scratch up the paint a little. Might do a little bit more. But that's kind of funny. Someone left their car there. Winds are pounding Morgan City. A lot of trees kind of doing this a little bit there. Again, we're just awaiting confirmation of landfall. It is almost 6 o'clock here in the east, 5 o'clock in the central portions. As we await Hurricane Francine making landfall in the southeast Louisiana coastline. This is the H-R model. I want to show that in Neon 3K. I'm losing my voice, and I'm surprised I didn't lose it in the last... Oh, chat's been off. I'm so sorry. No, that's not what I meant to hit. Chat has been off the entire time, and I'm very sorry for all that. Refresh. Alright, okay, for some reason it's not loading. Well, I'm gonna try one thing. That's the one that's it. I love it. I turned on chat. Chat was on before I even started live streaming, but for this entire hour and 54, for some reason, it automatically turned it off. I don't know. All right, there we go. Now we got it. So this is 18 Z NAM. Actually, I'm going to keep myself there. It's 6 Z tomorrow. So it's 2 a.m. tomorrow, or 1 a.m. Central. You can see supercells again also forming on the western panhandle, southern Alabama, western panhandle of Florida, southern Alabama and Mississippi. And come ashore. They kind of weaken a little bit, but then you also see these line of supercells that start to form in southern Alabama by 9 o'clock in the morning. And then you have these line of supercells forming off this band here around 22Z, so it would be 6 o'clock Central. These, again, I mean, look at that. You got a line of supercells in Birmingham to Huntsville, Alabama. That portion, I could see definitely a couple significant tornadoes popping off if the thermodynamics are right. So yeah. Let's go back to here, and again, we are just awaiting landfall. Oh. Again, it's on here. Hurricane landfall. Oh my god. Hurricane Francine has officially made landfall south of Morgan City, Louisiana, according to the National Hurricane Center. Francine makes landfall in southern Louisiana. Is the thing here. Hopefully you can see that. I'll read it. 5 o'clock Central Daylight Time. Position update. Francine has made landfall in southern Louisiana in the parish of Terrebonne, about 30 miles south-southwest of Morgan City as a Category 2 hurricane. Maximum sustained winds are estimated to be near 100 miles an hour. A weather station located on Eugene Island just recently reported a peak gust of 105 miles an hour. The minimum pressure there was 976 millibars. Very low pressure. Heavy winds and hurricane force. Heavy winds. Wow. Okay. Heavy rains. And hurricane force winds are spreading inland across southern Louisiana. Now is the time to stay inside and away from windows. Have multiple ways to receive warnings and updates. Another position update will be provided in the next hour. So 6 o'clock Central will be the next position updates to do an hourly. It is, so again, it's 30 miles south-southwest of Morgan City, about 80 miles west-southwest New Orleans right now, but it has officially made a landfall on this appendix of Louisiana and the Terrebonne Parish. That's the new news, so if you're just joining us, Hurricane Francine has made landfall as a Category 2 hurricane in the Terrebonne Parish of Louisiana. Yep, so we have landfall. We do have landfall in Louisiana. Sorry, I'm just trying to figure out any other updates coming from Storm Chasers on Twitter. I see Max Velocity is warning people, please tie down your trampolines so they don't go flying. I think he probably is shoot at an extreme risk of that. So if you have trampolines and you're in Louisiana in this path of Francine. Uh, Maybe you should have taken down the trampoline just until the storm passed. Otherwise, it's going to be the Alabama State bird, aka it's going to go flying. Yeah, have fun with that. Um, Nothing too much other than the only news right now is it's made landfall. Uh, and approximately 5:51 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time, so 4:51. So I'm about an hour, almost 2 hours off from my prediction. Which, yeah, it's all right. It's my prediction. It doesn't really matter. Um, and right now it is 5:02 Central, 6:02 p.m. Eastern here in Eastern. Um, Starting to get tired here. Starting to lose my voice a little, but we're gonna keep chugging along. I'm gonna figure. I'm gonna think about what to do next year because it doesn't seem like the tornado threat's really ramped up really at all right now. Um, so I don't know if I should just keep live or if I should just end it here because it's really just the landfall watch party. Um, I'm gonna take a break. Give me 2 minutes. Give me like 2 minutes. All right. Okay, we are back. We have just hit the 2 hour mark here. Uh, so dinner is coming for me in 25 minutes. So I'm trying to figure out what to do here. Um, so yeah, again, Francine has made landfall as a Category 2 in Terrebonne Parish, Louisiana. Uh, Getting a new report here. Give me 1 second here. Uh, from a weather station in Gibson, Louisiana. Gusts up to I'm sorry, sustained winds near 70 miles an hour in Gibson, Louisiana, with a gust up to 94 miles an hour. So we have significant wind gusts underway. Uh, that's from Weather Track US. Uh, some good guys there. Uh, so yeah. Yeah, so the only news right now is it's the third U.S. landfall this year, and the highest landfall category. That is true. Everything else was either, let's see, Beryl was a Category 1, Chris was a tropical storm. Did it even make? Yes, it did make landfall there. in Texas, I believe. Um, Debbie, it's bad. I can't even remember what Debbie was. I don't even remember where it made landfall. Um, so it was probably Category 1 or tropical storm. I can't remember. And Ernesto stayed out to sea. So yeah, and yeah, I'm kind of in a lull here, even though shocker, Louisiana has made land. Louisiana has made landfall. Wow, that's very intelligent of me to say. Francine has made landfall in Louisiana. That's what I meant to say. I am losing my mind currently. Some chasers are getting sustained 74-mile-per-hour winds, and dropped to 65 for a few seconds, and go back into the 70s. Where is he? Where are they? It's near Dulac, Louisiana. So again, if you're just tuning in here, Hurricane Francine has made landfall as a Category 2 hurricane in the Terrebonne Parish of Louisiana, with winds up to 100 miles an hour. We have reports of significant storm surge. Significant storm surge, significant winds. There's been reports of wind gusts up to 100. I think 100. I think maybe 104, somewhere around there. Can't remember the exact number. Gust wise, that is gust wise. Now Ryan Scholl already is showing max velocity. Trampoline went flying. So yeah, the max velocity trampoline risk has already verified. To whatever it was. It's probably gone forever. That seems logical. Just waiting on dinner. So again, yeah, I don't. It doesn't seem like anything's really going on in terms of the tornado threat. It even looks like the mobile cell is gone. It's still there, but it's not too bad. It's kind of weakening a little. So I think unless we get a warning in the next 20 minutes, I'm just gonna end the stream. It's a pretty good stream, actually. I was much more nervous that there was gonna be, I'm new to the game. I am new to the live streaming game. I was worried I was gonna screw up and all that, but I think I did pretty good. Other than my voice continuously breaking up because I don't talk this long. It's probably already been 2 hours. Yeah. Well, that is probably why my back is killing me. Yeah, so we're just waiting on any new information. And if a tornado warning is issued, then we'll just stay on live stream for a little bit until it expires. But knock on wood, yeah, nothing has happened yet. I'm gonna look in Florida, because I'm sure Florida's gonna do Florida. There's nothing I would cry home about. There is definitely some chances of water spouts and such. These cells. I don't know. It's hit or miss right now in terms of cells coming ashore. One thing I just thought about though, in the next few hours, we could potentially lose the New Orleans radar due to heavy winds. Guess I could say that. High winds, gusts up to 100, if not a little bit more, are possible. So I wouldn't be surprised if KHDC was lost or loses power. Not the radar is lost, but that they lose power and can't get it up right away. So just remember other radar sites: Jackson, Mississippi radar, Mobile, Alabama radar, Lake Charles radar, Louisiana. Um, no, there's not one. See, I think they should put a radar in Monroe. I really think they should. I know there's I think a private radar there, but they really need to put one here. Oh no, that would have helped us on March 24th, 2023, which is the night of Fallen Fork. Nothing new coming in at the moment, and there's nothing really happening at the moment. So I think it's 6:30. If there's nothing else going on, 6:30 my time. If there's nothing going on, I'm just gonna end the stream right then and there. But if there's a tornado warning that gets issued, or if something big happens, then we'll stay on the air. Just want to take a screenshot of Francine. That is a massive eye wall. It is just a massive eye. I mean, look at that. From New Iberia, Louisiana, all the way to Terrytown and Harvey, Louisiana. It's probably 50, not 50, more like 25 miles on it or somewhere like that. There's nothing much going on here, which is good. It's really good. Other than the winds coming from the storm, we don't have any surprise tornadoes at the moment, so it's really good news. This will probably be the only time I live stream, unless tomorrow is really crazy in Alabama. Then maybe I'll live stream. That's only if I'm battling with 3 tornado warnings at a time. Might be easier for me to just live stream. Okay, here's where it is, and all of that. Other than just retweeting, and just acting like a bot. Yeah, so that's your Duffy Island. Now moving a little bit northwest, and I don't know what it's really doing. And it's moving northeast. It looks pretty strong on velocity, but I don't know if it's got enough steam to make it to land. I really don't think it will. But if it does make it onto land, honestly, Mobile's fine. Mobile's going to be fine from this. So I think bigger threat would be Gulfport and Biloxi. That's still probably an hour or two down the road with this particular cell. There's another couple of rotations around that area, but nothing too bad. Nothing I would really say, okay, there's a tornado or something. But yeah. So if you're living under a rock and just came on here, it has made landfall. Hurricane Francine has made landfall in Louisiana in the Terrebonne Parish near Morgan City and Huma, Louisiana. That was a Category 2, winds up to 100 miles an hour. Let's check Twitter and see what else we have going on here. I find it interesting. A week ago, we were all complaining about there's no storms and we're so bored and everything. And, even the weekend, it was like there's nothing going on. Hyperactive season, it's overblown, all that. And then Monday, it's like, oh, got a storm that's forming. It's probably going to be a hurricane and all that. It's just kind of funny. All right. 6:17 here. I really don't think anything's gonna happen until later on in the evening, and even then, I'm not gonna even be able to cover it because I got school the next in the morning. So I'll hand it off to anyone who's willing to stay up overnight on Twitter. Let me grab a quick drink. Okay. Don't know what I hit there. Actually, it looks a little bit cooler now. The eye of the storm kind of looks a little bit better now. I don't know why, but it just does. I have to say, my phone's been pretty good doing the live stream. It was 98 when we started live streams. That's 73 now, which honestly is pretty good considering live streaming, multiple tabs open. It's an Android. It's pretty good. Storm Chasers, Corey Gherkin, Aaron J. Jack, and Connor Croft are documenting the deteriorating conditions across southern Louisiana as Hurricane Francine's eye wall continues to move inland. It looks like that one tree just went right down. Yeah, a lot of trees are down near Dulac. Looks like. Yeah, this is quite interesting. Quite interesting to watch. I kind of hope the next live stream we do, I kind of hope it's more of like a tornado outbreak esque thing, because at least when it's actually happening, that will keep me occupied. But right now, I'm like kind of bored out of my mind because the only news is that it's made a landfall and it's doing this and that. Um, like there's no tornadoes happening, which is really good news because we were worried of a tornado outbreak, which still probably will happen probably in the evening. But thankfully, knock on wood, it has not occurred yet. And I don't want to jinx ourselves, so everyone just knock on wood. Just for good luck. Throw salt over your shoulder. All the other funny things we do. For good luck. 6:20. If nothing happens in 10 minutes, I'm just gonna retire. And I'll still be tracking on X on Twitter. But yeah, I don't have anything else really to say, so I also don't want to be too silent. Find there we go. There's Hurricane Center. And okay, we're all good. Oh my god, that fly's still here. If anyone's still here from the first hour, I applaud you. One, but two, the fly is still here. The fly is still bugging me. It's probably saying, "Comrades, keep doing some more hurricane coverage. Don't just sit there and wait for new information." There's nothing much I can really go on. Tropical, it's not really my expertise, but it's not like I don't know anything about it, because I do. And severe. I'm more, you know, I know all the radar looks for a tornado. Okay, most the radar looks for like a tornado and stuff. I'm more in an expertise position for severe weather. Tropical weather's kind of my second, my backup expertise. But if you ask me like something with like space weather, I'm not gonna answer because I don't know anything about space weather. Yeah. So that's yeah. Yeah. I think we're gonna be in the live stream here soon. Right. Is that okay? Is that a drain? That might be a drain or something. Or something in downtown New Orleans on Magazine Street from Chris Hall, y'all. Uh, you know, Chaser, Chris Hall. There is something in the middle of the street. Water is exploding. I don't know if it's a storm drain that's just been overflowed and it's just kind of spraying water out because it can't hold anymore, or what. Uh, Yes, it just looks like conditions are deteriorating across inland portions of Louisiana. But no tornado warnings, nothing too much I would really be concerned tornadic wise as of right now. And there's nothing really much else I can really say other than the hurricane has made landfall in Louisiana. Make sure you are in a safe place. Do not be in any manufactured homes, mobile homes, anything like that. Be in a house. Be in a house for these kinds of things. I'm sure everyone in Louisiana knows this. They might know it, and they probably know it, but if you all have been through so many hurricanes, it's kind of like when Midwestern people look outside when a tornado warning's issued instead of going into cover. The stereotype that they do, which I'm sure happens quite a bit. Heck, most of the storm chasers are from the Midwest. It doesn't look like any real tornadic threat right now, which is really good news. There's nothing really much I can really report on right now, so I think we're going to be ending it here. Brad Arnold actually has a roof of a church in Huma has been ripped off and is laying across power lines. Actually, he has a picture there, which I just retweeted. Again, I will be retweeting stuff on my Twitter throughout the night. So, just, you can follow me on Twitter, at Comrade Weather. And, if you're in Louisiana, please heed the warnings of the National Weather Service and National Hurricane Center. And stay safe. Definitely stay safe. Thank you very much for watching the live stream. It's been a blessing. Thank you for the likes. I have seen a few people have liked this live stream. But since there's nothing really much else going on other than hurricane stuff, if you will, ending it here. So, again, thank you very much for everyone who joined in. Thank you for liking. Please like and subscribe. if you liked this live stream. Hopefully, I'll be a little bit less nervous the next time I have to do one of these, and maybe a little bit more prepared. And hopefully, my voice doesn't break apart. But yeah, thank you very much for watching. Please like and subscribe. And I'll see you guys in the next video.